Hello everyone, this is Alpha Somani. We have started the poem Wind. We have already completed the vocab part of it. Also, we have studied figures of speech yesterday. So, yesterday we learnt about two figures of speech, right? One of them was personification and another one was metaphor. So, what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is when the literal meaning of a sentence is something and you want to say something else. So that is called as figure of speech. जब आप कहना कुछ चाहते हैं लेकिन उसका मीनिंग कुछ और होता है, उसके पीछे एक हिडन मीनिंग होता है, तो that is called as figure of speech. There are so many types of figures of speech, but today we will learn about the two figures of speech. One is personification and another one is metaphor. So as I explained you, personification means when you give some human-like characteristics, when you give some human-like qualities to a non-human thing, then this is called as personification. For example, I gave you an example. Lightning is dancing in the sky. So who dances? Humans dance. But when I here I'm saying lightning is dancing in the sky. Lightning dance करती है क्या? इसका सीधा सीधा मीनिंग तो हुआ लाइटनिंग जो है वो स्काई में डांस कर रही है, लेकिन इसका एक्चुअल मीनिंग क्या है कि लाइटनिंग जो है वो कड़क रही है, बिजली जो है वो आसमान में कड़क रही है. सो इसलिए ये एक फिगर ऑफ स्पीच हुआ. अब कौन सा फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है वो हमको पता लगाना है. तो क्योंकि डांसिंग जो है एक ह्यूमन लाइक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है और हमने ये डांसिंग किसको बोला है कि लाइटनिंग जो है इट इज डांसिंग, सो दैट्स व्हाई लाइटनिंग का यहाँ पे पर्सोनिफिकेशन हुआ है. माय अलार्म क्लॉक it shouts at me in the morning. So who shouts? A human shouts. But we are saying my alarm clock is shouting. So that means what? That means who is personified here? My alarm clock is personified here. We are giving human-like characteristics, which is shouting to a non-human thing, to an animal, to an object. So that is called as personification. Second was one. Do you remember? It was metaphor. So when you compare two things without using the words as or like, it is called as metaphor. So for example, snow is a white blanket. So you are comparing the two things here. First one is snow and the other one is white blanket. So इसका सीधा सीधा मीनिंग तो क्या हुआ? स्नो सफेद चादर की तरह बिछी हुई थी. तो हम यहाँ स्नो को सफेद चादर से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं दैट स्नो इज लाइक अ वाइट ब्लैंकेट. अगर हमने स्नो इज लाइक अ वाइट ब्लैंकेट बोला होता देन इट वुडंट बी मेटाफर. But हमने बोला है snow is a white blanket, then it becomes a metaphor. We are comparing snow and we are comparing white blanket, so it becomes a metaphor here. So today we will learn about the whole poem and also we will find out which figures of speech are used in the poem. Okay, so let's start with the poem then. Wind comes softly, don't break the shutters of the windows. Okay, so here, who is telling whom? The poet is explaining to wind. The poet is talking to wind. He's saying something to the wind. हवा को कुछ कह रहा है poet. Let's see what he is saying. Wind comes softly. Wind, हवा जरा धीरे आओ. Don't break the shutters of the windows. You don't break the shutters of the windows. Windows के shutters को, windows के gate को मत तोड़ो. Don't scatter the papers. Papers को scatter मत करो. When wind comes, what happens? Windows break, papers are scattered over here and there. मतलब paper इधर उधर बिखर जाते हैं. So the poet is telling the wind that don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers. Also, don't throw down the books on the shelf. Shelf के अंदर, ताक के अंदर जो books पड़ी है, उससे मत गिराओ. ओके, विंड आने से ये सब होता है, ये सारा डिस्ट्रक्शन होता है. सो पोएट इज एक्सप्लेनिंग ऑल दिस डिस्ट्रक्शन which happens when wind comes. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. देखो तुमने क्या किया. You look what you did. तुमने क्या किया देखो. You threw them all down. तुमने सब कुछ गिरा दिया. So here we are saying, look what you did. तुमने क्या किया. हम विंड से एज अ पर्सन बात कर रहे हैं, यू बोल रहे हैं उसको. ठीक है, आप विंड से कभी बात करते हो क्या? नहीं करते हो ना. अब बात किसी पर्सन से करते हो. बट हमने यहाँ विंड से हम बोल रहे हैं कि देखो तुमने क्या किया, विंड को हम यू कह के बोल रहे हैं, सो इट बिकम्स व्हाट, विच फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, इट बिकम्स पर्सोनिफिकेशन। ओके, यू थ्रू them all डाउन, देखो तुमने क्या किया, तुमने सब कुछ नीचे गिरा दिया। यू tore the pages of the books, तुमने बुक्स के पन्ने फाड़ दिए। tore means to tear the pages of the book। तुमने यू ब्रॉट रेन अगेन, तुमने फिर से बारिश ले आए, तो बारिश आई तो बहुत वहां पे डिस्ट्रक्शन हुआ। So here also, in this line also personification is used because you know the reason, right? Because here also we are referring to the wind as you. In this line also there's personification. So अब तक क्या हुआ है? The poet is asking the wind to come softly because whenever wind comes, destruction takes place. Okay, whenever wind comes, it breaks the shutter of the windows, it scatters the papers, it throws down the books which were on the shelf, it tears the pages of the book, it brings the rain. So all these things are done when wind comes. It brings all these things along with him. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. So here also personification is used. You are very clever. You is who is you here? You is the wind. The poet is saying to the wind, you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. तुम बहुत चालाक हो, तुम बहुत तेज हो, and in poking fun means मजाक बनाना। जो वीक लोग हैं, वीक चीजें हैं, उनका मजाक बनाने में तुम बहुत तेज हो। ओके, सो यू आर वेरी क्लेवर, ही इज सेइंग व्हेन ही इज आस्किंग द विंड दैट यू आर वेरी स्मार्ट, यू आर वेरी क्लेवर, दैट यू मेक फन ऑफ द वीक पीपल, यू मेक फन ऑफ द वीक थिंग्स। वीक चीजें जो हैं वो गिर जाती है विंड के आने से, तो इट द पोएट इज सेइंग कि तुम उनका मजाक बना रहे हो। पोएट किसी का मजाक बना, विंड किसी का मजाक बना सकती है क्या? मजाक तो कोई इंसान किसी इंसान का बना सकता है, बट यहाँ पे हम विंड को पर्सोनिफाई कर रहे हैं। पूरी पोम के अंदर विंड को पर्सोनिफाई किया हुआ है। ये पोएट ने पूरी पोएम के अंदर विंड को पर्सोनिफाई किया है, एंड पर्सोनिफिकेशन इज यूज्ड हियर, दैट तुम जो हो, विंड जो हो, दूसरों का मजाक बनाती हो, जो वीक चीजें हैं उनका मजाक बनाती हो, उनको गिरा गिरा के। Frail crumbling houses. Frail means weak. Crumbling means to break into pieces. Okay, to break into small pieces. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives. Okay, so what does wind does? Wind it crumbles houses. Houses को छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में तोड़ देता है. It crumbles doors. It crumbles rafters. It crumbles wood. It crumbles bodies. It crumbles lives. यहाँ बॉडीज को क्रम्बल करना और लाइफ से क्रम्बल मतलब क्या है कि आप किसी की प्रॉपर्टी को आप डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हो, आप किसी के घर को डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हो, आप किसी के खेत को डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हो, तो उससे लोगों की लाइफ जो है वो भी डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाती है। ओके, यू क्रम्बल बॉडीज, यू क्रम्बल लाइव्स। तो बॉडीज को क्रम्बल करना और लाइव्स को क्रम्बल करना, या व्हाट डज दैट मीन? दिस इज ऑल्सो पर्सोनिफिकेशन। लाइव्स कैन नॉट बी क्रम्बल ना, लाइव्स को आप छोटे छोटे पीसेस में नहीं तोड़ सकते, बॉडीज को आप छोटे छोटे पीसेस में नहीं तोड़ सकते यहाँ पे, लेकिन इसका मीनिंग क्या है कहने का? दैट यू क्रम्बल बॉडीज, दैट यू क्रम्बल लाइव्स। ओके, आप बॉडीज को और लोगों की जिंदगी को आप डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हो। क्रम्बलिंग हार्ट्स, लोगों के दिलों को आप डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हो, क्योंकि आप उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज को सारा तोड़ देते हो, आप उनके खेतों को तोड़ देते हो, आप उनके घरों को तोड़ देते हो। सो यू क्रम्बल ऑल दीज थिंग्स। The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Okay, the wind god winnows. Winnow का मतलब मैंने आपको बताया था। Winnow means जैसे क्या होता है, आपके पास गेहूं है और कचरा उसमें साथ में है, तो आप उसको ऊपर से नीचे गिराते हो गेहूं को। The husk it separates from it, and the grain whichever it is, wheat or rice or whichever it is, it falls down, and the husk सारा कचरा मिट्टी it is separated from it. Okay, so the wind god, the poet is saying wind as a god, as God. Okay, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. Wind god winnows and crushes everything, them all. Them here means wind god crushes whom? It crushes all the things in life. It crushes houses, doors, rafters, lives, bodies, wood. So wind god crushes and crumbles them all. He won't do what you tell him. He won't do, he is the wind. So it here also personification because we are telling he. We are referring wind as he. He won't do what you tell him. Wind आपके अकॉर्डिंग नहीं चलेगी, आपको जैसा चाहिए वैसे नहीं आएंगी. So come, let's build strong homes. So now what poet is suggesting that wind तो अपने हिसाब से आएगी, आपकी जो मुसीबतें जो है लाइफ में वो तो अपने हिसाब से आएगी. So come, what is poet advising here people? He is advising कि आओ let's build strong homes. तो wind तो अपने हिसाब से आएगी, हम हमारे घरों को ज्यादा स्ट्रांग बना सकते हैं. विंड तो अपने हिसाब से आएगी, अब अपने घरों को ज्यादा स्ट्रांग बना सकते हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है, यहाँ पोइट कहना चाहता है कि मुसीबतें तो अपने हिसाब से आएंगी, हम अपने आप को स्ट्रांग बना सकते हैं. Let's join the doors firmly. Doors को poet is advising that let's join the doors firmly. Doors को हम strongly join करते हैं ताकि wind उसे गिरा ना सके. खुद इतने strong बन जाते हैं कि challenges जो है life के वो हमें हटा ना सके. That we don't give up in front of the challenges of life. Practice to firm the body. So let's be strong. Let's be strong ourselves that we can face the challenges of lives. We can face the difficulties which come in life. So let's make ourselves strong. The poet is advising we all to let's become stronger. Make the heart steadfast. Make your heart steadfast. अपने दिल को मजबूत बनाओ ताकि you don't give up when you face the challenges in life. When difficulties come, you don't give up. Your heart should be stronger. Your body should be stronger. आप do this, and the wind will be friends with us. So now what does poet says that अगर आप ऐसा करोगे, अगर आप खुद strong बन जाओगे, मजबूत बन जाओगे, that you are determined, that you are stronger, that your heart is steadfast, that you don't give up in front of the challenges, then wind will be friend with us. Then the challenges in your life, they will be friends with you. Okay, अगर आप स्ट्रांग बन जाओगे तो आपकी लाइफ के जो चैलेंजेस हैं वो आपका कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकेंगे, वो उल्टे आपके दोस्त बन जाएंगे. The wind, ये line, you just listen to this one. This is very important. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. So, wind जो है वो छोटी मोटी अगर फायर्स होती हैं तो उसको तो बुझा देता है, लेकिन जो स्ट्रॉन्ग फायर्स होती हैं, जो तेज अगर आग चल रही होती है तो उसमें अगर हवा चलती है तो उससे जो आग है वो और तेज हो जाती है. समझे? अगर थोड़ी सी आग है, कमजोर आग है, तो उसको तो विंड बुझा देगी, लेकिन अगर आग बहुत तेज है, आग स्ट्रांग आग है, तो उसको विंड और ज्यादा स्ट्रांग कर देगी. इट विल मेक दिस स्ट्रांग फायर फ्लरिश, उसको और बढ़ा देगी. तो सिमिलरली अगर कोई वीक हार्टेड है तो उसको तो चैलेंजेस गिरा देंगे, उसको तो चैलेंजेस गिव अप करने के लिए मजबूर कर देंगे. बट इफ यू आर स्ट्रांग हार्टेड, इफ यू आर डिटर्मिन्ड, then the difficulties of life will become friends with you. They will make you flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. And at the end of the poem, the poet is saying that the friendship of wind is good and we praise wind every day. Okay. Earlier, the poet explains the wind as a destructor. But at the end of the poem, as we flourish and as we move to the end of the poem, what does poet say? The poet says that wind, we praise him every day because these challenges will become our friends and they will be helpful to us in the end if we are stronger, if we are determined, and then we will be ready to face the challenges of life. Okay. So one personification is used in the poem wherever we see what you tore the pages, you brought the rain, you are very clever, okay, and other things. And also the other figure of speech, metaphor, is used in the poem because here we are comparing wind with the challenges. So we are comparing wind with challenges. We are saying that wind does this to you, wind does that to you, wind destroys our lives. So when I say that, I mean that challenges come into our life, challenges destroy our life. So we are comparing wind with challenges. So and without using as or like, I'm not saying wind is like challenges. Okay, I'm saying wind comes into our life and destroys it. So when I say that, I mean challenges come in our lives and destroy that. So in the whole poem, we are comparing wind with the challenges and difficulties of life, and that's how metaphor is used here. Okay. So you understand the two figures of speech, personification and metaphor, which are used in the poem. Okay. These are very important two figures of speech, and in the next poems, in the coming poems, you will be learning about them, and you will be learning about more and more figures of speeches. Okay, so the poem is complete now, and what was the whole poem about? Firstly, the poet, he explains wind as a destructor. He mentions what all destructions it has done, like scattering papers, destroying houses, bringing rains, like that. And in the whole poem, the summary or the context of the poem is that the wind is being compared with challenges of the lives. And poet what suggests, what he advises that we should face the challenges boldly, that we should stand stiff against the difficulties and challenges of the life, and we should encounter the challenges boldly. Because why should we stand boldly against the challenges? Because wind blows out the weak fires and it makes the strong fires flourish. है ना? हवा जो होती है वो जो छोटी मोटी अगर आग होती है उसे बुझा देती है, लेकिन अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग आग है, तेज आग है, तो उसे और तेज कर देती है. सिमिलरली जो चैलेंजेस हैं वो अगर कोई वीक हार्टेड पीपल हैं, वीक हैं, चैलेंजेस को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए रेडी नहीं है, तो उनको तो the challenges will destroy. But if you are very strong hearted, you are determined, the challenges will become your friend and they will make you more and more stronger. Okay, so let's move to the assignment part of it and the exercise of the poem. Question number 1. What are the things that wind does in first stanza? So what does wind do in first stanza? Let's find out. It breaks the shutter of the windows, it scatters the papers, it throws down the books on the shelf, it tore the pages of the books, it brought the rain. So wind does all that destruction. Okay. Question number 2. Have you seen anybody winnow grain at home or in a paddy field? Winnowing is like this. So that's how you put grain like wheat or rice in this container. You throw it down. अब इसे नीचे गिराते हो तो गेहूं तो नीचे गिर जाएगा, राइस तो नीचे गिर जाएगा, लेकिन उसके साथ जो हल्का कचरा जो भी होगा वो विंड के साथ उड़ जाएगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज विनोइंग. I request all of you to show this picture to your mothers or to your grandmothers. अपनी मम्मी को या दादी को ये फोटो दिखाना and ask them that इसको अपनी लैंग्वेज में क्या कहते हैं, हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं, मारवाड़ी में क्या कहते हैं, जो भी लैंग्वेज जिस स्पोकन एट योर प्लेस एट योर होम, जस्ट आस्क देम इसको क्या कहते हैं. शायद छालना या छाजना ऐसा कुछ कहते हैं इस विनो करने को. ओके, सो जस्ट आस्क देम व्हाट डज विनो मीन and send that to me, that what is the meaning of winnow, what is winnowing called in Hindi or in Marwadi. Just find out and send that to me. Okay, what does the poet say? The wind god winnows. So wind god winnows what? The wind god winnows and crushes them all. So it winnows what? It winnows crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies and lives. So it winnows these things. It winnows the lives of the body. It destroys the lives of the people. Okay. Question number 4. What should we do to make friends with the wind? What should we do? What does the poet say? What should we do to make friends with the wind? We should be, we should stand firmly. Sorry, just a second. What should we do? What's the question? What should we do to make friends with the wind? What should we do? We should, here it is. Where is it? Ha. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. So what will you do and the winds will be friends with us? We should build strong homes. We should join the doors firmly. We should be firm. We should practice to be firm. We should practice to be stiff. We should practice that we are stronger. Our heart is stronger and we are more determined. And that's how the wind will become our friends. Okay, question number 5. What do you what do the last four lines of the poem mean to you? So what do the last four lines? Let's see what is the last four lines. These are the last four lines. So do this and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. So what is the meaning of these four lines? What is the meaning I told you? That विंड जो है वो weak fires को it blows them off, but अगर if the fire is stronger, the wind will make it flourish. Similarly, the poet advises us to be stronger, because if we are weak, the challenges will blow us away, the challenges will destroy us. But if we are stronger, then the challenges will make us flourish, but then the challenges will make us more stronger. Okay, next question. How does the poet speak to the wind? In anger or with humor? वो poet से कैसे बात कर रहा है? गुस्से में बात करे ना? That don't come like that. Bring slowly, blow slowly, because you're doing such destruction. So poet is talking to the wind in anger. You must also have seen or heard of the wind crumbling lives. आपने कभी देखा wind की वजह से lives खराब हो रही हैं, lives destroy हो रही हैं? I have seen, like, when there's so much wind in the farms, the crops are destroyed. So that's how we have seen the lives of farmers being destroyed by the wind. What is your response to this? Is it like poets? So wind क्या सिर्फ destruction ही करती है, कुछ और भी करती है, right? Wind also brings rains, which is good for the farms. Okay, so wind is not just for destruction. Wind also brings rains. Wind also makes the temperature cool. So that is also the function of wind. It is not just a destruction thing, a thing for destruction. Okay, wind हमारे लिए सिर्फ डिस्ट्रक्टर ही नहीं है, इट इज ऑल्सो फ्रेंड फॉर अस. ओके, सो वो हमारी फ्रेंड कब बनेगी? जब वी आर स्ट्रोंगर. व्हेन वी आर स्ट्रोंगर, व्हेन वी आर steadfast, when we are firm, then wind will be friend with us, and it will bring us rain. It will bring a cooler temperature to us. It will not destroy our crops then. It will flourish the crops if we are already prepared for the challenges, if we are already prepared for the wind. Next one. The poem you have just read is originally in Tamil. So this poem was originally written in Tamil and then it was translated into English. Do you know any such poems in your language? So do you know any poems in your language which has been translated into other languages? Do you know any poems in Hindi or in Marwari which were translated to English? So just find out these things and let me know. So you have to ask about winnowing to your mother and your grandmother, anyone, or your papa, anyone. You have to ask about winnowing कि इसको हिंदी या मारवाड़ी में क्या कहते हैं इसको. And you have to find out the poems which were written in Hindi or in Marwari, and they were translated to English. So you have to find that out. Okay, children, we are done with this poem, and you have to complete your assignment and send me on Scholars ERP. I'll be waiting for your assignments. Okay, complete that, and that will be very helpful to you, because we have completed all this, but you have to make now you have to work hard on that, because from my side I have completed the whole chapter. From my side I have completed the whole thing. I have explained you, but now you have to work hard and you have to submit me assignments. You have to show me that you are also working hard. Okay. So that's all for today's lecture, and we will start with the next one in the next session. So thank you so much and see you in the next one.